Hello and welcome to this presentation on Oracle Objects. I'm Ryan Hayford and Cody Brown and I have prepared this presentation for you. In object-oriented programming, objects are defined by a blueprint called an abstract class. This class contains names and types of attributes, parameter lists, and return types. Objects are instantiated, or in other words, created from these blueprints. Multiple instances of an object can be created from one blueprint. Each instance is independent. These are typically represented with a UML diagram. Here we can see that we have created a hospital object, and this hospital object has different attributes, and then we have some functions that are created off of those attributes. Creating a basic class, constructor methods create objects, and the object instance follows the rules of overloading functions, returns an instance of the object, self-referencing the objects created, and referencing objects attributes by the instance name dot attribute name. Here we can see that we declare my room as a hospital room, and we pass in different values to that hospital room. Then we can run the output of that, and it creates the type. In creating an object with a body, the type specification and the body must be presented. Using the object body to define and implement methods defined in the object type specification, we define the constructor methods to do more than create the object, and they can manipulate the data upon object instantiation. Similar to how a package body is created, they have two separate blocks of code. Bodies have the matching attributes and functions, have to match attributes and functions exactly. Here we can see the specification for our hospital room, and then we create the object body from that. They have to match exactly with the parameters that are being passed, but we can set default values to those parameters. Whitelisting object types, just as in packages, we can create the accessible by statement, which will allow these objects to be accessed by specific objects, and we can specify those functions and procedures that can access the object constructor. Only needed in object specification and not in the body. You can see here that we added the accessible by to the function of room setup, and that function can now access this type. Another major part of object-oriented programming are methods of getting data called getters and methods of writing data called setters. Getters are typically functions, as getting data requires a returned value. Setters are often procedures, and as they are writing data and typically do not need to return a value. Here you can see that we have created our type. We have created the type body of hotel room, and that member function get room returns a varchar of the room name. And we also have a separate procedure that sets the room and gives the room number, its actual name. So these are the major components of the Oracle objects: the creating the object body, the whitelisting, and the getters and setters. We hope you enjoyed this presentation, and we thank you for your time.